There's a moment you've probably lived through. You're talking to her. Everything feels normal. Then, she laughs a little too hard. Her eyes flick away. For just a second, it feels like she's avoiding you. Your heart tightens. Wait, was that awkward? Did I misread everything? You tell yourself she's just distracted. But here's the truth nobody tells you. That wasn't distance. That was resistance. Because sometimes, the woman who seems distant is secretly fighting feelings she doesn't want to show. She's battling herself inside, and if you miss the signs, you'll never know just how close you really were. Comment: the last time you caught yourself overanalyzing a girl's behavior. And stay till the end, because I'll reveal the most unexpected clue most guys overlook. You walk into the room. She sees you. For half a second, her eyes catch yours, and then, just as quickly, they dart away. You catch it. That tiny moment. That flicker of something. But then she smiles politely, checks her phone, shifts in her seat like nothing happened. And in your head, the doubt starts talking. She looked away. That's a bad sign, right? You convince yourself she's not interested. You back off. You tell yourself you were reaching, that it was nothing. But what if it wasn't? What if what you saw was resistance, not rejection? Because here's the truth nobody talks about. Attraction doesn't always come with open arms. Sometimes, when a woman starts catching feelings, she doesn't lean in, she pulls back. Not because she doesn't feel something, but because she does. And that feeling scares the hell out of her. Her heart? It might be racing, but her mind? It's already building walls. She's thinking about timing, about past heartbreaks, about that last guy who made her believe ... and then left. She's thinking, don't go there. Don't feel this. Don't get pulled in again. So she looks away. She changes the subject. She fidgets. Not because you're wrong, but because this feels right. And that's the problem. And you? You probably thought she was being polite, or distant, or just not into it. You probably replayed the moment in your head and asked, was I imagining that? No, you weren't. What you saw wasn't in your head. It was in her hesitation. Most men miss this. They assume attraction looks like flirting, giggles, and green lights. But real emotion? Especially when it's unexpected. It doesn't always arrive with clarity. Sometimes it comes wrapped in fear, in hesitation, in a nervous glance followed by a stiff smile, in silence that suddenly feels louder than anything in the room. The difference between the guy who gets ghosted and the guy who gets the girl. Awareness. One assumes disinterest. The other sees deeper. Next time she avoids your eyes mid-conversation, don't look away. Don't overthink. Just pause. Let the silence breathe. And watch what she does next. Because sometimes, silence says everything. There's a certain moment that will mess with your head if you don't know what's really happening. You're joking with her. She's laughing, genuinely laughing. Her eyes are bright, her body language open, maybe even leaning toward you just a little. And in that moment, you think to yourself, yes, she's into me. This is going somewhere. But then, like a switch flipping, she changes. Her laughter fades faster than it should. Her body leans back. Her phone suddenly becomes interesting. She zones out, distant and quiet, as if that moment you just shared didn't even happen. And you're left there, wondering what the hell just happened. Was it you? Did you say something wrong? Did you misread her entirely? No, you didn't. What you just experienced is emotional whiplash. And it's one of the most confusing signals a woman fighting her feelings will send. It's not random. It's not cruel. It's not a game. It's instinct. Because here's the thing, when she feels too much, too fast, it triggers her defenses. That moment when she's laughing with you, she's feeling something. She's slipping into comfort, into connection, into attraction. But as soon as her brain catches up, it slams the brakes. Hard. Her subconscious says, too much. Too soon. Pull back. This is emotional self-sabotage at work. Fear of vulnerability disguised as mood swings. She's terrified of where those feelings might lead, of losing control, of getting attached, of getting hurt. So the moment she catches herself getting too close, she withdraws. Rapidly. She's not toying with you. She's protecting herself. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how she pulls away right after laughing with you? How she suddenly needs space or changes the subject the second it feels intimate? That's not by accident. That's her. Emotional emergency brake kicking in. Most guys chase after that warmth. They panic when she turns cold and may try to fix it. They lean in harder, push for more, get needy without realizing it. And that's exactly what makes her retreat even further. But you're not most guys. You're the kind of man who can hold steady in the storm. When she suddenly shifts, when her mood swings from hot to cold, here's what you do. Nothing. Stay calm. Stay grounded. Let her cool off. Let her wrestle with herself. Because she's not testing you in that moment. She's testing her own limits. Next time she laughs with you and then cools off. Don't chase it. Sit with it. Let her feel the space between you. And watch how, slowly, she starts to close that gap herself. There's a strange little game she plays, but she doesn't even realize she's playing it. It's subtle, almost invisible, unless you know exactly what to watch for. It happens right after she slips up and lets her guard down. You're talking, the vibe is warm, everything flows. Maybe she laughs and casually touches your arm, just for a second, but enough to send a jolt through you. Her eyes soften, her body leans in, and right then, you feel it chemistry. But just when you start to enjoy it, she changes. Almost instantly. She sits up straighter, pulls her hand away, adjusts her tone. Suddenly, she's formal, almost robotic. The warmth disappears, replaced by stiff politeness. And in your head, the alarm bells start ringing. Wait, what just happened? Wasn't she into it? Did I cross a line? Relax. You didn't do anything wrong. You just witnessed the overcorrection game. Here's the truth. When a woman starts feeling herself slipping toward you, when her body naturally responds before her brain can catch up, she panics. Her subconscious knows she's revealing more than she intended. That subtle touch, that leaning in, that wasn't calculated. It was instinctive. Her attraction slipped out before she had the chance to stop it. And once she realizes it, she goes into damage control. She tries to patch over what just happened by becoming distant, formal, sometimes even a little blunt. She's trying to convince herself and you that she's totally in control, that she's not that interested. It's almost funny when you really think about it. Her body betrays her heart and then her brain tries to cover the tracks. But most men completely miss this. They get thrown off by the sudden shift. They think she's rejecting them or that she's suddenly lost interest. So they either pull back themselves or start chasing harder, trying to reignite that warmth. But you won't fall for that. You'll recognize it instantly. And here's what makes you different. You won't flinch. You'll hold her gaze when she turns formal. You'll keep your calm energy steady when she stiffens her voice. Because, deep down, you know exactly what's happening. She's not pushing you away. She's fighting her own reaction. And here's your move. Next time she suddenly goes cold after a warm moment, don't match her stiffness. Instead, maintain relaxed eye contact. Let a slight smile tug at the corner of your mouth. No words needed, just presence. Watch what happens when you stop playing her game. And she starts wondering why she can't stop playing yours. There's a moment so small you might miss it when she shifts from simply reacting to you to testing you. It won't feel like a test at first. It'll feel like just another casual comment, something lighthearted, maybe even playful. But it's not. It's something else entirely. You're sitting across from her. The conversation's flowing. Then suddenly, she throws in a curveball. Maybe she mentions another guy. Casually, almost like an afterthought. She says something like, "Oh yeah, my friend Jason, he's been texting me nonstop lately." And she watches. Not obviously, not directly, but she watches. Closely. She's watching you. Watching your reaction. Watching your breath, your face, your energy. It's not about Jason. It never was. It's about whether you'll flinch, whether you'll tense up, get jealous, or show insecurity. You probably didn't even notice it before. Most guys don't. They get caught in the trap, right on cue. They lean forward, suddenly worried, asking more questions, chasing validation without even realizing it. And just like that, they fail the test. But here's the real story behind that test. When a woman starts developing feelings, but isn't ready to surrender to them, she will test your emotional stability. And she doesn't even realize she's doing it most of the time. It's a subconscious defense mechanism. She's trying to protect herself by making sure you're not just another guy who'll crumble at the first sign of competition or pressure. It's not malicious. It's protective. Deep down, she wants to know, can this guy handle me? Can he handle my world, my past, my complexities, without losing himself? So she say little things that poke at your ego. She makes sly remarks about other guys, or tease you about not texting back fast enough, or pretend she's not impressed just to see if you'll chase. And the moment you start scrambling to prove yourself, she knows. She knows you're not as grounded as she hoped. But you're different. You're the guy who doesn't take the bait. You smile. You lean back. You respond with playful indifference. Maybe even a bit of humor. You don't get defensive. You don't over-explain. You don't try to win her approval, because you understand something most men never will. Her tests aren't obstacles. They're invitations. Invitations for you to show your calm, steady presence. Next time she throws one of those little tests your way, remember this. It's not about passing or failing. It's about standing still in the middle of the storm. Smile. Stay playful. Stay grounded. And watch how her guard slowly starts to lower. It always starts the same way, innocent, casual, almost random. She brings up something you weren't even talking about. You're standing there, mid-conversation, maybe laughing about some dumb meme, or debating what's better, coffee or energy drinks, and suddenly, out of nowhere, she says, "You know, when I was 8, I used to stay up all night reading, under my blanket with a flashlight. My mom would get so mad." You pause for a second, caught off guard by the sudden childhood confession. It feels oddly personal, but she says it like it's nothing, like it's just another part of the conversation. And here's the funny thing. It always feels like it comes out of nowhere. Because it does. This, right here, is one of the most overlooked signs a woman is fighting her feelings for you when she starts sharing little personal stories or details that seem unrelated or unnecessary. And most guys, they brush right past it. They think, oh, she's just chatty. Or worse, they don't even notice. But the truth, she didn't share that detail because it was random. She shared it because some part of her wanted to bond. When a woman is caught in that space between attraction and resistance, she often looks for safe ways to connect with you emotionally without making it obvious. And what's safer than talking about an old memory, a quirky childhood habit, or some harmless personal fact? She's offering you a thread to pull on, a window into her world. But she's disguising it as casual conversation, because admitting it feels too vulnerable. Her eyes might light up a little as she tells the story. She might smile softly, almost like she's reliving it in her mind. And while it seems innocent, it's not. It's a quiet invitation. And here's where most men blow it. They either ignore it, or they respond with something shallow and let the moment slip by. But you're not going to do that. You're going to lean in, just a little. You're going to ask her more about it, not in a forced way, but with genuine curiosity. Really? So you were that kind of kid? What else did you do to break the rules? That's it. Simple, but powerful dot, because when you do that, when you meet her vulnerability with your presence, you're telling her something without saying it directly. You're saying, I see you, and trust me. Few men ever do. Next time she shares something seemingly random and personal, lean in. Get curious. Ask her to open up more. And watch how quickly those walls she's hiding behind start to crack. There's something almost magnetic about her presence when she's fighting her feelings. You'll notice it in the quiet moments, the ones where the conversation has ended, the plans are wrapped up, and there's no longer any reason for her to stick around. But somehow, she does. You've seen it before, maybe without realizing. You finish a chat with her at a party. The goodbye words are already exchanged, and yet, she's still there. She lingers, pretending to check her phone, pretending she's waiting on a friend, pretending she's deciding whether to get another drink. But really, she's waiting for something else, something even she can't quite explain. It's almost funny to watch once you know the truth. She finds little excuses to keep hovering near you. She says she's just about to leave, but she won't. She'll glance your way again and again, her body slowly orbiting yours even as she tries to act indifferent. Her mind is screaming. Leave, walk away, play it cool. But her heart? It's pulling her back toward you like gravity. She doesn't want to seem too eager, but she also can't bring herself to break away completely. This is the lingering presence, and it's not random. It's a direct reflection of the storm going on inside her. She's torn between wanting to escape those overwhelming emotions and secretly hoping you'll notice that she hasn't left yet, hoping you'll say something, hoping you'll give her a reason to stay. You might think, oh, she's just indecisive, or she probably forgot something. But no, this is her subconscious at work, doing everything it can to keep her close to you without fully admitting it. Most men never see this. They get distracted. They assume she's just being polite, or they leave the moment the conversation seems done. And they never realize just how close they were to unlocking something deeper. But not you. You're different. You're the man who notices the unspoken. So next time she lingers, don't rush it. Don't force anything. Just stay calm. Hold space. Let her orbit around you a little longer. Watch her body language, the subtle shifts, the stolen glances, the way her feet point toward you even when her words say she's leaving. And when the moment feels right, say something low pressure, something playful like, "You sure you're ready to leave?" Seems like you're still deciding. Smile when you say it. Let it hang in the air. And watch the way her defenses start to melt. Sometimes, the strongest attraction isn't loud or obvious. It's in the quiet moments, the lingering seconds, when she's already said goodbye, but her heart won't let her walk away. Sometimes, it's not the words she says, or even the moves she makes, that reveal what's really happening. It's the quiet moments. The ones where everything slows down, where nobody's talking, where there's no clever joke to hide behind, no playful teasing to deflect. Just stillness. And in that stillness, if you're paying attention, you'll see it, the truth slipping out from behind her mask. Picture this. You're talking to her, maybe saying something a little more real than usual. Not some flashy line or surface-level joke, but something honest, something vulnerable. Maybe you casually mention your struggles with confidence, or a moment in your past that shaped you. Suddenly, she goes quiet. Her breathing changes, slower, deeper. She looks down for a second. Her lips part slightly, like she's about to speak. But she doesn't. Her shoulders tense, just barely dot. It's subtle. If you blink, you'll miss it. But if you're watching closely, you'll realize her body is reacting before her mind can catch up. This is the silent emotional reaction. One of the most hidden but most powerful clues that she's fighting feelings for you. Her words might stay guarded. She might not say anything at all, but her body? Her body is screaming. You'll notice the signs if you know where to look. Rapid blinking as she tries to keep her composure. A sudden deep breath, like she's steadying herself. Lip biting, shifting in her seat. Glancing away but stealing looks back when she thinks you won't notice. And here's the thing. Most men never catch this. They get distracted by the surface. They think she's bored or distracted or just zoning out. But they're blind to the reality right in front of them. But you're not most men. You're tuned in. You understand that attraction doesn't always announce itself with loud, obvious signals. Sometimes it's quiet. It hides in tension, in the pauses, in the way her body fights to keep her walls up, but can't quite manage it. The next time you're talking to her, and you notice her getting quiet in those deeper moments, don't rush to fill the silence. Don't change the subject. Don't. Pull back. Let it sit there. Watch her carefully. See how her body responds. You'll start to notice the patterns, the micro-expressions, the subtle shifts, the quiet giveaways that speak louder than words ever could. And here's the secret. Once you see this, you'll never unsee it again. Her hidden reactions will be obvious to you in every interaction. Going forward, practice it. Watch for it. And remember, sometimes the loudest confessions are made in silence. Now we get to the heart of it all. The reason behind every mixed signal, every sudden mood shift, every lingering glance and subtle retreat. Why does she fight her feelings in the first place? Why would a woman who clearly feels something pull back so hard? The answer isn't what most men think. It's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you said the wrong thing. And it's definitely not because she's playing games for fun. The truth is far more human. She's scared. Not scared of you, but of what you represent: possibility, change, vulnerability. You see, most women aren't afraid of attraction itself. They're afraid of what happens after. They've been through it before. The butterflies, the excitement, the dizzying rush of falling for someone who seemed perfect. Until he wasn't. They felt what it's like to get pulled in too deep, too fast. To open up, only to watch it all slip through their fingers. So now, she doesn't trust that feeling anymore. Maybe she's been burned by a guy who left without warning. Maybe she's still healing from a heartbreak that cut deeper than she ever admit. Maybe her timing's off. She's busy, overwhelmed, barely holding her life together. And the idea of adding emotions to the mix feels terrifying. Or maybe, deep down, she doesn't feel worthy of the kind of connection she's starting to sense with you. And so, she fights it. She builds walls. She creates distance. She pulls back, not because you're lacking, but because she feels like she's not ready, or too damaged, or too exposed. And here's where most guys mess it up. They take it personally. They either get frustrated and push harder, or they withdraw completely, assuming she's just not interested. But you're smarter than that now. You understand something deeper. Her resistance isn't about you at all. It's about her inner battle. Your job isn't to chase her down and tear those walls apart. It's not to convince her or beg for her attention. Your job is simpler and much more powerful. Is to stay grounded, to remain steady, to show her through your presence, not your words, that you're not going anywhere, and you're not afraid of her walls. And when you do that, something amazing happens. Her fear starts to quiet, her defenses soften, and she begins to realize maybe this time it's safe to feel something again. Remember this: she's not fighting you. She's fighting her past, her doubts, her own heart. The man who wins isn't the one who forces her guard down. It's the one who stands calmly, patiently, and lets her bring it down herself. Let's rewind for a second. You've just walked through the hidden layers of her mind, peeled back every subtle signal she sends when she's fighting her feelings. And maybe now, things feel a lot clearer. But I get it. Sometimes you just need that quick mental snapshot. So here it is, your personal cheat sheet. The 6 secret clues she's fighting her feelings for you. 1 emotional whiplash. She warms up, then pulls away fast. Hot, cold, back and forth. It's not random. It's her heart racing ahead while her mind yanks her back. To the overcorrection game. She gets too close, then suddenly becomes formal or distant. That's her trying to regain control after slipping up. 3. Testing your emotional stability. She subtly pokes at your ego, mentions other guys, teases you to see if you'll stay calm under pressure. 4. Oversharing personal details. Out of nowhere, she shares something personal, disguised as small talk. It's her subconscious craving connection. 5. Lingering presence. She keeps finding reasons to stay near you, even after the conversation's over. Her body stays even when her words say, "I should go." 6. Silent emotional reactions. Watch her body in quiet moments, deep breaths, tense shifts, stolen glances. That's where her truth leaks out. Which one of these signs have you noticed before? Comment your number below and trust me, now that you see it, you'll never unsee it again.